It's time for the latest edition of the Sunday Showdown Sit Down with me, Tom Gamble, creator and organizer of the Skyline Chili Crosstown Showdown, presented by Mercy Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, and Meyer, as we wrap up, hard to believe, the celebration of our 25-year anniversary of what we believe to be the best high school football anywhere in the United States. We have reached the last week of the regular season in Kentucky. It's week 11, if you will. Kentucky schools get 10 weeks to play 11 games. Last week, the final week of the Ohio regular season, we got things going in the Indiana state playoffs. So here we are this Friday. It'll be October 28th, and we've got a good one for you. It's the third of three games involving Northern Kentucky schools. It is 5A Covenant Catholic at 6A Ryle. Kickoff 7 o'clock at Ryle High School out on US 42 in Union. But before we talk about this week, let's recap last week. And that's kind of the format of these podcasts each and every Sunday. So we wrapped up our season of pep rallies at the neighborhood Skyline Chili restaurants all over the region. Last week we were at Harrison for the Wildcat Rally on Wednesday at the Harrison Skyline Chili, where they made some special green spaghetti. Primary color, of course, of Harrison's athletics is green. And we had a great time out there. And the only other day they do it at Skyline Chili is on St. Patrick's Day. Then on Thursday, we went to Trenton, to the Trenton Skyline Chili for a Cougars pep rally for Edgewood High School. Edgewood, Scott Clemens, coach, and all the folks in Trenton. And they come out, and I mean in full force. Had a great time out there. And Edgewood played Harrison last Friday night. Edgewood actually finished the regular season 9-1 on a 9-game winning streak heading into the postseason. So I want to give a special thanks to all the Skyline Chili owner-operators and the entire staffs of the restaurants from all of our fall season of pep rallies, and especially to the football teams, the bands, the cheerleaders, dance teams, booster clubs, anybody and everybody who helped us promote and stage another exciting season of Skyline Chili pep rallies. We'll be doing that again next fall. But there you have it. So from a pep rally standpoint, we are done. We're not done with the showdown. Last Friday night, we were on the west side, the famed pit on the campus of Elder High School in Price Hill. Elder, the only school to play in all 25 showdowns. Doug Ramsey, the only coach to be the coach in all 25 showdowns. And Elder takes plenty of momentum, 3 straight victories and an 8-2 record into the OHSAA state playoffs after defeating LaSalle 31-7 last week. Luke Flowers, 3 TDs, 82 yards rushing for the Panthers. He was named the Mercy Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Most Valuable Player. Elder took a 28-0 lead. Their defense really kind of did the rest. And Elder's a team to be reckoned with in the postseason. How about their record in the showdown against really good competition? 20 wins, 5 losses. Pretty darn impressive. So congrats to Elder for that win in the final Ohio game as we celebrate the 25-year anniversary of the Skyline Chili Crosstown Showdown. Now, I mentioned this week's game, and it's a good one. Covenant Catholic, the Colonels, come in 7-2. They open with a loss against Elder, and then they won 6 in a row. Then they fell to Highlands. So their only 2 losses are 8-2 Elder and 7-2 Highlands. And 8-2 Highlands. And so then they CovCath will go to Ryle, where they've won 4 straight games in this series. I'll get to that momentarily, to take on a 5-4 Ryle. Now, don't be deceived by Ryle's 5-4 record. They're a 6A team. The Raiders, always a contender in 6A. Their losses this year to some very good teams. Close week 1 to Lexington Catholic. They lost to Highlands, Louisville St. Xavier, and Saturday night, a crazy back-and-forth game, 38-31 in their 6A district. They fall in Independence, part of the Saturday Night Rivals TV game. It was Simon Kenton 38, Ryle 31. But don't be deceived. This is a good Ryle football team, and this should be a really good game on Friday night. As I mentioned, kickoff is 7 o'clock. Now, they've played the last 4 times they played CovCath. There's one including 10-3 last year in Week 10. You got to go back to 2016 for the last time that Ryle got CovCath. That year, Ryle wound up going 12-1. Now, these, as I mentioned, are teams that are perennial playoff contenders. Ryle made it to the 6A quarterfinals a year ago. CovCath made it to the 5A state quarterfinals. So it's senior night at Ryle High School, and we expect a big game out there on Friday night. Game 3, we've had 3 Northern Kentucky games this year. We had the Beechwood-Simon Kenton game. We had the Boone County school rivals, Connor against Cooper, and now we shut things down this Friday night, our celebration of the 25-year anniversary of the Skyline Chili Crosstown Showdown, presented by Mercy Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, and Meyer, Covcath at Ryle. So, before Friday night, we got plenty to get you ready. We'll have, of course, our Mercy Health Huddle. We'll have a Meyer then and now. And I think we might take a look at a graduate of Ryle and a graduate of Covcath, both playing big time and doing extremely well in college football. So be looking out for that this week. Brady Labor and Scott Springer of Cincinnati.com and the Enquirer will do their normal matchups, the team previews, and we'll have you covered on Friday night. Score updates, highlights, video, and then you can tune in to Joe and Jeremy, Joe Daneman, Jeremy Rao on Fox 19 Now's The Final Quarter, and get video highlights. And they've been counting down the great games in Showdown history, some of them, because there are far too many. When you've played over 300 games in the 25-year history, way too many to chronicle them all. But we'll have what we believe to be the number 1 game in the Skyline Chili Crosstown Showdown. Joe and Jeremy will do that on the Final Quarter this Friday night. And this is one, if you're a high school football fan, you're likely to remember this one. So week 2 of the Indiana playoffs, week 1 of the Ohio playoffs, which will be officially announced, the pairings, sites, times, etc. today by the OHSAA, and the final week 11 of the KHSAA regular season before Kentucky begins its state football playoffs as well. So this has been another edition of the Sunday Showdown Sit Down with me, Tom Gamble. We hope you've enjoyed the showdown up to this point. Plenty more ahead in this final week of the Kentucky regular season. So reminder right here at X-Town Showdown on Twitter. Also follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Check out our YouTube where we've got the Crosstown Conversations from this year, which include Lakota West coach Tom Bolden, St. Xavier coach Steve Specht, Elder coach Doug Ramsey from last week, and of course, Drew Novak, the talented senior quarterback from Western Brown. They're all housed there on our YouTube as well. So make it a great week. Hopefully we go 11 for 11 in great weather for some outstanding high school football. So we hope to see you at Ryle at Union High School on Friday night, or enjoy the high school football game of your choice wherever it may be. Have a great week. And again, thanks for checking out the Skyline Chili Crosstown Showdown, presented by Mercy Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and Meyer.